Okay, check, testing, check, testing, check. 1 2 1 2. Hope everybody's doing well today. Randomly decided to do this stream. Just got home. Had to go out for a couple of hours. Hope everybody's doing well today. Need a new charging cord. But yeah, decided to randomly come on here and just like, you know what? Let's talk about the show, the series. As we prepare, we are a little over 48 hours from episode 4 debuting at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, my time, 6 p.m. Pacific, and 5 p.m. Central, your time. So definitely a little over 48 hours. Can't wait. Really can't wait. I'm wondering and curious what the title is. And we are also, again, if the rumors are true, 2 weeks away from episode 5, which is supposed to be the longest episode out of the entire 8 episodes of the show. So I'm curious and wondering how at least the next 2 weeks at least, how it's going to go. We are also, again, so yeah, I'm curious. I can't wait for Tuesday. Wondering what's gonna happen in episode 4. So as always, these streams are gonna go as long as they go. I'm more than likely gonna go about 15-20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, depending on what we're gonna talk about here. And if people pop in the chat to give their thoughts, chill with me for a little bit, if they are here and are engaging and stuff, then the stream will go a little bit longer. But as always, these streams are only centered around those of you who decide to, if you feel up to it, decide to want to participate. But as always, no need to force it if you don't feel comfortable with leaving a comment. Starting off, definitely want to talk about Sabine, just because she is like, I feel like, the show currently we're almost at the halfway point, because technically once Tuesday gets here, episode 4 arrives, and the episode ends, we'll be halfway through the show. Half of the show has been more so centered around Ahsoka and Sabine, more so Sabine and her being force sensitive. I have another Sabine force based video coming out tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that. Something that more so is still pinpointing towards her more than likely being force sensitive, and she's going to use the force at some point in the show. But like I said, be on the lookout for that video tomorrow. And then we will go from there. Like I said, at the end of yesterday's stream, last night's stream, that I'm going to look to do just a prediction stream for episode 4. It's probably going to go maybe run 30 minutes Tuesday. But I'm not going to do the watch party. I'm just going to actually just watch it off to the side. And I'm going to be recording the episode while I'm watching. That way I can just dive into the roughly 2 videos that I'm going to do that night before I go to sleep, because I do have to work Wednesday. So this is the week coming up. I'm only off on Friday. I basically work 8 days out of 9 this coming week. That's my normal schedule anyway. So but yeah, and I'm not off the holiday tomorrow, which sucks. I wish I was, but it's okay. I'm going to go to work, get that time and a half, and try to do my job to the best of my ability, and then do what I need to do after work and then come home and just prepare. Probably look to do another video for later. Probably be something different. I definitely do need to prepare to start watching Andor again, rewatching the first season, because there's some stuff that we still need to focus on with that show. I'm more than likely, if you're not a part of my Discord, I'm gonna more than likely put in the community tab a Discord invite for the channel, for Discord at least, because I'm looking to actually show the trailer there of Andor season 2, the teaser trailer that was pushed out back at Celebration back in April. So yeah, if you're not a part of my Discord, you want to see this teaser trailer, I'm gonna do a live stream this week. Make the announcement. I'll put it in the community tab. The invite will be there. Welcome all. Welcome all. Come join my Discord for Star Wars Unlimited Universe so that we can at least live stream the teaser trailer, because there's still some stuff that I need to put a video together for that anyway. I've watched that teaser trailer like 50 plus times already. It's just really just great. Just those roughly 50 seconds is just great. Roughly 55 seconds. So yeah. But yeah, back on topic. Sabine, first half of the series has been about her and her being force sensitive, on top of Ahsoka, and I'm glad that they shifted to Mothma in last week's episode. That was just really just cool. I know I talked about it last, in the stream yesterday, that we got a chance to see them. I'm gonna pull them up here. I'm gonna come off of camera. Got a chance to see them here, specifically key characters. I forgot the guy's name. He's from Resistance. I need to sit down and watch Resistance. I was supposed to watch it a couple of months back and I didn't. So I need to really sit down and watch Resistance, see if they take anything else. Probably more than likely just his specific character that they decided to use here, specifically in their conversation with Hera. I just think that it was cool that they did this with him. Maybe he will play a key role in the future of the Star Wars shows that are possibly coming out, maybe even in Dave Filoni's movie. Who knows for sure? But if this is just a one-off for him to just be here, then cool, I'll even take it. But I know a lot of fans who watched Resistance, got a chance to see him, was just like, cool, that was just great to have him be here in live action form. And I definitely, like I said before, I definitely feel like Mom Mothma here, this is her only, I kind of feel like this is her only time that we're going to see her in the show. That's just what I felt even when the trailers were popping up and they were showing her. But at the same time, this is the Rebels crew, so she could still physically pop up and try to be of some assistance to Ahsoka and the Ghost crew in the show. Of course, definitely we are also too hopeful. I actually got to go and dig deep into my archives here of my images here. Let me see if I can find it. Give me a second or a moment. Hopefully you have some patience like how I do. Let me see if I can find what I am looking for. You know what? I don't even think I grabbed it, and that would be so sad because I should have. I don't, because I'm basically trying to say what I'm trying to say is that I'm gonna have to end up just going back and just rewatching the show anyway and grabbing key things anyway. But I honestly do believe too that, because I've stated this before, that I feel like we are only going to see Thrawn maybe once or twice in the show. It's going to be towards the end, maybe episode 7, definitely episode 8. Kind of honestly feel like that it may be where we see him as a cliffhanger, and that's how the show ends, because it's taking us to Filoni's Heir to the Empire movie. But also, definitely feel like we're only going to see Ezra once as well. And Zeb as well. I kind of feel like Zeb is only going to pop in at the end, maybe in episode 8, maybe episode 7, something like that, when most of, if not all of, the Ghost crew that are, still, around, get together to have the, the reunion, right? So I just feel like that's going to occur, because most of the stuff that we've seen in the trailers and stuff, we've we've more so gained up to this point. It's just that there's only like one, maybe two other scenes that we haven't seen, and that main one is, of course, Thrawn. So yeah, him on the ship, him probably talking to Morgan Elsbeth in that scene, not sure, but he was definitely on the ship. So I'm curious about that, wondering when we will see him in the show. I might do a video about all of what I'm talking about, as far as when we might see him, this time. We'll probably do a video on that too. Like I said, just curious, getting curiouser and curiouser, and wondering about a whole bunch of stuff. And again, mainly, is Sabine force sensitive? Something that I talked about with one of my buddies about an hour ago. I saw a post on social media. Somebody was talking about, well, actually, Screen Rant was the one that said this, but definitely wasn't true at all. They said that Sabine is the oldest, Jedi trainee to train as a Jedi, right? As an apprentice at age 29, but that's technically not the case, because per the conversation that you see her have with Ahsoka, she definitely had to have some training with Ahsoka after Rebels, right? Because she did take her on as an apprentice. But could you say that she had a little bit of Jedi training with, say, Ezra and Kanan? Could you back in Rebels season 3, episode 15, could that little bit of training that she had with Ezra and Kanan be considered Jedi training, or is it just more so just training with the Darksaber itself? So yeah, it's just something that to think about when it's pertaining to Sabine and her training as a Jedi pupil. Wondering and curious which spot I'm more so leaning towards after, the end of Rebels is when she started her actual training, which she would be, so I want to say, what, this was probably 5 years. She's 29 now, so 24 years old. So that's what I'm thinking is a possibility that could have occurred, where she was training with Ahsoka at that time. So, we shall see. Again, about Sabine being force sensitive and all of that, because she technically is. Yeah, there's a video coming out tomorrow where I talk about something specific about that anyway. So, will we see? Could we possibly see more of little man here? Could we see Jason? Could this be the only spot that we have Jason in the show? More than likely he's going to be trained. Maybe Ahsoka takes him on as an apprentice. That's what I'm theorizing, is that Ahsoka takes him on as an apprentice as well, or after she's done training Sabine some more. Because he said that he's like, I want, he's like, I want to be a Jedi too. I want to be Force sensitive too. Blah blah blah. I mean, they really, once again, they really pushed Sabine being Force sensitive, and even Jason brought it up. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. I feel like he will be trained. Not sure how powerful he will be, but hopefully he will be close to as strong as Pops as Kanan in the show. Will we also see? I feel like we will. I did talk about this yesterday's stream about the where are y'all? With the Purgle. I honestly feel like that the planet that they're on, this is where some of these Purgle reside. Just because, one, it keys on the fact, I talked about this in last night's stream, that I'm going to try to pull it back up here from episode 2 here, that when Morgan Elsbeth and them were working with the map, that this part here, this popped up with the Purgles on a part of this map, and they are actually on this planet where the Purgle are at, because of the fact that, one, they show the Purgle on the map, and then two, it's faint. I said I was going to do that, I forgot to do it, but it's right here in this spot here. There's a Purgle that floats it's in the air. It's floating in the air. It's swimming in the air, in the sky, when Balin is looking up. We see it very, very briefly. I'm going to have to do that after the stream for sure. I'm going to have to remember to do that. Grab the image and put a circle where the Purgle actually is, so I can keep that image for future streams. So, the Purgle shows up here. So I honestly feel like, where they're at is, I believe it's Cetos. They're here. C, it is spelled S-E-A, TOS. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Purgle are indeed, this is their part of their home world. They're here. So I just feel like the Purgle will indeed show up again. Maybe Ezra pops up with them, travels with them back to the crew. Also, too, I think I have it. Like I said in yesterday's stream, we have a Purgle eye. There's the Purgle eye here. We have an eye, and then we have a part of their body. This part here, where it was a close-up, these white lines are part of their skin. I kind of feel like it ties into the map itself. That's just something that I'm thinking and theorizing, but really not sure what's the case. It's just maybe that they were just manifested and created in this way, with their skin looking this way. But I kind of feel like it's a semblance of their bodies, a semblance of the map itself, of them being able to travel to and fro. But also, too, when they talked about, at the end of the episode, when they were on the back of the ship, when in front of the ship, and they were talking about this specific thing, that where they say that, it can be used for hyperspace travel, blah blah blah, this, that, the third, and I feel as though, honestly, just being honest, I feel like, where are you? I feel like we will see the Chimera come back in the show, and attach itself to this to be able to ride wherever Thrawn is going to be riding. He's probably going to get on the ship, maybe either on the ship or off the ship, to come on Morgan Elsbeth's ship that she's on, because I feel like because we do see him there on the ship. He's walking on the bridge, but I feel like he will more than likely have gone back to the Ascendancy, got his ship fixed, and then eventually travels to be able to attach, the Chimera onto this, to be able to ride it wherever they're going to be going next. So, yeah, I'm just like, curious even more so. Um, maybe too, maybe we'll see as well. Uh, we will see more of Sabine training because, like I said, that yesterday's stream, I did indeed like this spot here, where she struck with her weapon. It showed the positives and the negatives of her strikes. So more work to be done when it's pertaining to her training here. I'm just like, you know what I mean. This was just really, really just cool to see in the episode. Um, but this will play a key role in, you know, uh, in her using the force and stuff. And I feel like there will be a space battle that these ships will come into play. They'll bring them in the episode, but more so, it will be at the end of the show where we have like a big battle where Thrawn's gonna win. Like they're gonna, I feel like Thrawn's gonna come in. We're gonna see Thrawn in all of his glory, his strategic glory, and he is going to make it do what it do. He's going to best Ahsoka, best the Ghost Crew, and defeat them in a big way. But we will see some of these ships, and I feel like some of these ships will be destroyed as well. That's what I'm thinking is going to occur in the show. I really want to highlight Huang here. He has been, I want to say, like the diamond in the rough of the show, of the characters in the show. He had, the Huang, it has been just like so cool and so great to have him here. Have throwing different jabs and stuff at Ahsoka, at Sabine. It was really just fun and funny. Really just been having a great time with Huang, so I want to give Huang its flowers here just because it has been so great to have him in live action form here. I just love Huang's character a lot in the show, and definitely hope that he sticks and stays, to be honest. Definitely need more Chopper. I did enjoy seeing Chopper in episode 2. That was great, and all of Chopper's glory, banter, responses, reactions, all of that was really just dope. Glad that we could understand some of his lingo, language, vocabulary, how he talks. Was just dope for him to be in the show in live action. There's definitely, I wish I had grabbed it. I didn't. There's like a there's a specific version that we got from Rogue One, right, of what Chopper looked like compared to what Chopper looks like in Ahsoka. It's definitely different. If I can find that, I will definitely get those images and put them in the community tab to compare and see, to show you all that difference. Just definitely a little slight difference in Chopper's look from Rogue One compared to the Ahsoka series. I really kind of feel like Chopper looks more like Chopper in the Ahsoka series, which is just dope. Per that image, I gotta relook at it though, and see. Then, like I said, if I can find it, because somebody took both images and put them side by side in one full image. So I definitely want to see more Chopper moving forward. Definitely. And like I said too in yesterday's stream, Hera, for me, out of the 3 key characters in the show, Hera wasn't really connecting with me that much, but she really did in episode 3. She really did, per the conversation she had with them, with the politicians, and of course her responses to your boy from Resistance. So I'm again, I'm gonna say it again. I do find it interesting that they know about them searching for Sabine. I mean, excuse me, for Ezra. Um, that even your boy says, like, are you using these resources for something important, or are you using it to find this Ezra Bridger character? It's just like, well, hold on, how would you know that they are fully focused? Like, are you spying on them, type of thing? Do you have somebody looking over their shoulder, like I said, spying on them, creeping on them, trying to gain some key information to try to keep them in check, or whatever the case may be, because we know Hera is a general here in the rebellion right now. But I'm just like, how do you all know this key information about them and Ezra? Just something that I felt that I did also talk about with Balin in today's video. I was just saying, you could check out the video, but it was just me wondering, like, how did Balin know about Sabine being Ahsoka's apprentice? So it's just like one of those things, like, how do they know about Ahsoka and Hera and crew trying to search for Ezra Bridger, but they of course didn't know about Thrawn being back. So it's just one of those things that something about them saying this kind of made me feel like the writers just was like, we're just going to just throw this in there anyway. So I personally feel like they have somebody looking spying on the crew, because there's no way that they can know that information unless they told them. You know what I mean? And also too, people question this, which had me kind of thinking too, is the fact, the map back at the temple. How, where did Ahsoka gain this information? Did Morgan Elsbeth tell her where this map was, to be able to find when she captured and put Morgan's character in prison? And also too, why didn't Morgan Elsbeth's character use her Night Sister magic to escape? Probably more so because I feel like she was just looking to see if Balin was gonna, him and Shinati were gonna do what she requested them to do, and that was break her out, see if she could really trust them. But who gave Ahsoka this information on this map? Why was this map sitting in a temple? You know what I mean? For anybody to come into and grab and take out of the temple. And on top of that, usually those temples usually have booby traps and stuff, but you know what I mean? It's just like, Ron Chess, what's going on? How are you? I didn't say that. I don't even know what that was about. Who said that? Who said that Din Djarin was gonna die in episode 8? Strange. I didn't say that. I didn't even hear that. Unless that's just you just being sarcastic. Maybe that's what that is. I don't know. But yeah, that's what I'm questioning about the map. Like, who gave the information to Ahsoka about the map? Why was it sitting in a temple? Yeah, it's a map to Thrawn. It's that. It must be a huge secret, right? So I'm just like, interesting stuff. Oh, yeah, I gotta re-mention this. This is from episode 2. I do like the looks of these protocol droids. They were different color. We've had various colors of the protocol droid. We've mainly seen like gold and silver. We have seen some blue ones, but now we've seen red ones. I think we've seen the red one in Rebels, maybe in Rebels or Clone Wars, something like that. Not sure if we've seen other colors. I feel like the Crayola box, when it's pertaining to droids, we're seeing various colors. Like maybe we'll see a pink droid or purple droid, turquoise, whatever the case, royal blue or whichever. But we are seeing various colors of droids in Star Wars recently, which is cool. Also, too, because I don't think I really got a chance to dive into. That's right, I didn't really get the chance to talk about episode 2, just because life was life, and for me around that time of the stream. But one thing that I did want to discuss is Ahsoka and Sabine at the hot. When she's talking to her, she could feel and sense through the Force what Sabine was dreaming about. Because we did talk about how in episode 1, Sabine was, when she was dreaming, when she was sleeping. Let me see, try to find the image. I know I have it. Where are you? Not there. No, that's not it. There we go. In episode 1, when she's dreaming, she can hear Ezra calling to her through the Force. And of course she pops up and says Ezra. She says his name. So they're they've been slowly hinting at Sabine being Force sensitive. And me, like a lot of fans, was just like, no, that can't be true. She wasn't Force sensitive in Rebels, blah blah blah. But they're really episode 3 just really confirmed it for me. But yeah, that's what I was saying about the temple in episode 1. There's usually booby traps and stuff at the temple. There were none. Maybe possibly because Ahsoka bypassed them. Maybe she was able to just bypass those and get to the main source. But at the same time, you know what I mean? I feel like she used the Force to be able to guide her to get inside the temple to see to where the map was. Because usually, I guess they were just like, we're just not even going to have her even deal with anything in the temple. There was more than likely booby traps in the temple to even get to that spot. So it kind of made me wonder, like, what booby traps were there if she set the whatchalls as she was turning them. What would those booby traps be if she got them wrong? But she got them right and was able to get the map herself. Some fans didn't like this part in episode 1. They just didn't like the music itself. And even from what I heard, fans just didn't like this part because all she did was just sliding underneath the ship and then that was it. But as I stated before in my stream discussing episodes 1 and 2, that I love these speeder bikes. I really, really love. Always wish I had one to travel on. Just being honest. But yeah. And also too with Morgan Elsbeth's character, people are saying, well, you look more human than you look a Night Sister. How is that possible? Blah blah blah. But she might be using Night Sister magic to look a specific way. Anyway, she might be doing that on purpose. Also, too, once again, it was great to see the homie in live action form. I just want to mention that real quick. Clancy's that dude. He's the homie. Also, too, because I put a video together for tomorrow, more so centered around Rebels, but to see Sabine fighting Shin Hati here in episode 1, she was doing what she was doing. What was literally on par with how she was training with the Darksaber against Kanan. After rewatching this one specific episode yesterday to put the video together for tomorrow, she was definitely swinging, and you know what I mean, just like her balance was just way off. Because she hasn't used this weapon in so long, right? She was definitely, her form, just like in Rebels, was looking the exact same. So I can tell that the actress definitely studied Sabine's character and how she used it and fought. So yeah, I did come across a video centered around Shinate. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to wait and see what happens, but it might be spoilers, so I'm not even going to say anything. I just saw it. I was like, let me see what this person's talking about. Some random YouTuber that put a video together on Shinate. So, but I'm curious to see what's going to happen with her moving forward. I feel like she's starting to question Baylan a little bit, because Baylan's showing a little bit of signs of other stuff that more than likely they had conversations about, and he's like starting to do the opposite of stuff. So she's questioning her master. That's right. And that's the thing. Baylan was only in episode 3 once. So it was at the end. I forgot about that. He was prevalent face in episode 2. But like even here at the end of episode 2, when they're talking, she was questioning him and his responses and stuff like that. I mean, even in the video today, where I put the scene together from episode 1, when they are, it's more so that that scene is more of a confirmation for Morgan Elsbeth, right, and her Night Sister Hood, right. But per this scene, per their conversation, Baylan is just like, do what she says, this, that, the third. She's like, what's her end game? And he's like, it's not witchcraft, it's something else, blah, blah, blah. But, do what needs to be done to, continue with this journey. Because ultimately we know that a lot of villains only work together because, it's not for like the greater good or anything. It's more so to benefit them, more so than everybody that they're grouped with, right? But over the course of the past 3 episodes, Shin Hati has been responding to Baylan's instructions and stuff. Some of his instructions, some of his responses that he's been saying has caused her to look at Baylan, look at her master a little bit differently, that she, of course, disagrees with. She does certain things just to do it in the midst of her own reservations, which is, obviously it's understandable. You have a boss. Sometimes you don't agree with stuff that they want you to do, but you do it anyway. But you, at least if you have that type of relationship with your manager or with your boss, to where you're able to express yourself openly and honestly, to tell them like, hey, like, I'll do this, but this is the reason why I feel like I shouldn't, but I'm going to do it anyway. Because at the end of the day, you're trusting me to do it. Um, I'm gonna be a team player here. I'm just gonna suck up my pride and just go ahead and do it. So Sheen's doing the same thing. She's like, per some of the response, she's just saying like, I'm a team player. I don't fully agree with this, but I'm still gonna go do X, Y, and Z. Because I feel like she would rather be by Balin's side to be told to do X, Y, and Z versus Morgan Elsbeth telling her like go to here or there or whatever. So yeah. So yeah. So I believe that. I don't think that Sheen's gonna turn on him, but I wouldn't be fully surprised if she did. I don't think that she's gonna turn on him. That's just me being honest. Just really just being honest. I don't think that she will. Because I'm still just like curious and wondering what's really gonna happen. Hopefully, you know what I mean, we will see some stuff. Now, your boy, the homie, even though he don't know me, let me get a better image here. Let's just take that. Morocco. There are some interesting conversations that have been happening over the past 2 days about Maroc's character, about his character. I'm not going to say here, I don't want to lean towards this being true or not, but I just will say that I'm hopeful, like I said in yesterday's stream, like I said in a video earlier in the week, that I'm hopeful that Maroc is a brand new character, that the mask will come off and we'll see who's under there. There is I have it in my phone, but there is a image that I got on my phone. It's basically at the beginning of, I want to say episode 3, when they show all the masks and stuff before the actual episode begins, that, they show, per episode 1 when the opening happened, they showed the mask, all the characters were red, but we usually get the bad guys being in red color, the good guys being in blue. But if you go back and look at the beginning of episode 3, I believe it's episode 3, I want to say it's episode 3, when they're showing the various masks and stuff and the droids and stuff like that before the episode begins, that Maroc is the color blue, not the color red. And it makes me wonder, who's this person that more than likely is going to become good at the end of the episode, at the end of the show? Who is this person? They even have in this image that I have in my phone, we can actually see through the mask, you see at least the eyes of this person. We at least see their eyes. But other than that, you can't really see anything else. So I'm just like, who could this person be? Because I honestly believe that it's not Ezra. I honestly believe that it's not Starkiller. I honestly believe it's just some new character that I feel is just better for the show, better for the for the series. So yeah, that's what I'm wondering, questioning, thinking that his character is going to be somebody new and fresh, and somebody that will continue moving forward, because he was an Inquisitor, but no longer is, of course, and is still working with the bad guys. So yeah, I'm wondering and curious who this person is, and hopefully we get that information over the next roughly at least 4 episodes before episode 8. I'll say we'll get that information before episode 8 of who this actual character is. If it is this possible full-on rumor, I'll take that, but I'm not gonna say anything. But I'm hopeful that it's just somebody fresh and new. So that's my major theory besides Sabine. It's my major theory for this stream, and that's pretty much the last thing I'm going to talk about, because I'm done. Nobody else is here. Some random popped up, which is fine. saying some interesting stuff in the comments. But yeah, if you made it through the entire stream, let me know your thoughts in the comments below after the stream is over with. Let's talk about some things in the comments. If you feel up to it, I'm actually gonna go and see what I'm gonna do next before I hit the hay, go to bed, because I gotta work the holiday tomorrow, so which is all good. But you all enjoy the rest of your evening and night. Like I said, be prepared for my video tomorrow. Let's talk about some things on that if you feel up to it. But other than that, I'll holler at y'all later, guys. Stay safe, stay humble, and remember, the Force will be with you.